Ah, it's 9. Let's go. Hi. Think you can hear me. I think everything's okay. Sorry about the late stream. I just got back from playing a gig. Not much I could do. What do we do here? There we go. Okay. Hi. So, this is where we got to. And this is where we're continuing on from. I just realised all the stream. I missed some toes. Let's fill those toes in. Let me know if the levels are all good. If I need to turn up or what. I'm bloody knackered. There we go. Toes. Sorted. So we did a bit of this. Okay. Well, I want. I'd like to be able to just select this, please. There we go. Okay. Oh, weird. Right, isn't it? I just cannot just. All right. Manual it is. How's everyone's week been? I feel more tired than usual. I've done quite a lot this week. My back is the worst it's been in a long time. Worse than last week, even. But this is like. Last week it was weirdly not the normal bit of my back that hurt. And this week it is the normal bit. That's alright. Just having a look to see what I want to do. Might just start getting some dots in, I suppose. That is all the dots. Now, weirdly, color is being controlled. Sorry, this guy is on. Shoggoth is on the color layer. I'm not sure if that's how I want it. I'm not going to add any color to him, so I suppose it's okay. Yeah, we'll just go with it, I think. Maybe I'd color to like the main eye. Well, not sure. Oh. Yeah, I just came back from a gig. Let's work backwards. Like working backwards. Today I played a gig. It was a weird, slightly weird one. I couldn't hear or see anything, but it went really well. That's with Scott. I played a gig with Scott last Sunday as well, which I think I edited and I'll be putting that up. I just sort of cut it up. It was like a semi-acoustic gig, so it wasn't like a full-on gig, but I just cut a few bits of songs up and made a little edit. So just something. Think. Let's do this. let's start just mapping out some places where we want to put some dots. Oh, that's a line. Yeah, I was playing. I don't know what it was. It was supposed to be on the pier, and then it got moved to a club venue, and like no one really got told. It's just a bit of a mess, but it actually was pretty good. And that's quite often the way. Find the gigs that just when stuff goes wrong, music usually goes right. I don't know. I mean, none of it affected me anyway. I just turned up and played, nice and easy. Just do my job. It does annoy me that this line is just so much thicker than the others. You wouldn't notice it once it's printed or rasterized, but because of the way Illustrator works, it's making it show out and be really dominant. Probably just leave it. But yeah, the gig went well today. It was nice. I played some pretty sick, silly parts, and I did it without any Dazapam. So I've been needing Dazapam to play gigs since I started gigging again. My first gig back was with Scott. My first sober gig. So I got sober in one of the lockdowns. I stopped drinking. And then, yeah, I've been relying on Dazapam to ease my anxiety for gigs, but both these two gigs, the last two gigs I played with Scott, I've had no Dazapam, which is kind of amazing. I wasn't really expecting to be able to do it. Ah, these dots are that colour. Whoops. Well, let's grab them all. If I oh, I don't know what I just posted. Who knows? Grab them all. Ungrab these. Hey, let me ungrab you. Ah, that didn't do it. Okay. Let's just grab all of these ones. Did that work? Sure did. Okay, cool. I think these dots might be too small. We'll find out one day. Yeah, I think I'll just jump around a bit. Just gonna make sure everything's working. Looks like it is. Cool. Nice when everything works. Oh, I need to add some light orbs, don't I? Sorry, Richie. Stole your light orbs. I just love them. Richie Beckett is my favourite artist. My favourite modern artist. I also like Frazetta, and if we're going like comic books, I like Frank Miller a lot. But then who doesn't? If you like comic books, you probably like Frank Miller. And you probably like Frazetta as well. Yeah. It's just how it is. But Richie is my favourite modern artist. I prefer him to anyone. I prefer him to Frazetta even, probably. Like, why has that got an orange thing? That makes me nervous. No, it's fine. I'm trying to do slightly bigger dots now because I think that's probably too small. But we can just blip, blip, blip. Yes, so today we gigged with not our usual saxophonist. It was a lady called Shez instead of Rolando, and it's one of her first. I'm not sure if it was her first ever gig, but it was certainly one of them. She's been playing for 2.5 years, but not um not done much like gigging. I think she did really well. It's good. Yeah, 2.5 years, but she says she plays every day, and it helped get her clean. So that's awesome. Music is good. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna make all the dots bigger. Smaller ones in between, I guess. Cool. I redo all of these. There's quite a lot of them. Yeah. It doesn't matter. Yeah, 2 gigs without Dazapam. Fucking good. Yeah. I haven't eaten any Easter eggs yet. So I'm not going to be doing a very long stream, just an hour today, because I've got Easter eggs to eat, and I think you understand. I should also have some dinner. And it's, starting a stream at 9 in the evening. I need to have dinner. I'm pretty hungry. Yeah. Hi. If you are just joining, we are doing Confronting Shoggoth. This lady and her jellyfish crew are going to be fighting Shoggoth. A Shoggoth like creature. I decided humanoid. Wasn't sure. Was thinking maybe massive eyes. But I'm going to do humanoid with just light coming off one side with some tendrils and lots of eyes. What we're going with? Oh, yeah, we did that last time. Oh, crazy. Let's just have a look what else I've done. Friday I went to the gym, I lifted pretty heavy. I think it's what did my back, which is annoying because deadlifts have been really helping my back. There's obviously a sweet spot which I need to work out. And I will. Was going for. I had like a goal, and that might have to change. Find out. Tuesday and Thursday I trained jiu-jitsu, which is the first time I've got two sessions in 1 week for a while, and it's so good. I had to take it easy Thursday because I knew I'd be lifting pretty heavy Friday, but still had a nice time. Just good to be on the mats. I really hate not training. Makes me feel bad. I didn't get to drum this week, but at least I got a gig in, so that's alright. That's it. recorded some guitars on Wednesday. Did a Japanese lesson on Monday and managed to book a. My partner got up at 6 in the morning and managed to book a practical driving test for me. But it's not until September, which is pretty wild. That's quite a long wait. Considering I already drive a lot. Whoa, look at this massive guy. I don't know why that happens. I don't think I can do it from far away, really. Should we do the hair? How detailed do we want this to be? These are questions that will need to be answered at some point. I think we should work on Shoggoth a bit. That's not what we're doing on, so there we go. I'm not entirely sure what this is going to be used for. Not sure what poster it will be on yet. And do I want to start digging in, like, so like bringing some of this in? Illustrator's a funny beast. I think I do want to do that. No, maybe. Not sure how much light I want on him, basically. I have to sort of decide that as I go. What is happening? Yeah, so let's get the whole right side of him highlighted. I'm just going to just pick out some bits, but I think I want more. So, well, we'll have a look. We'll see how it looks and go from there. Uh-oh. There we go. It's my week. What did you do? Let me know. We're going to look at some references of Elijah Wood's character in, that really good movie. It's always the really good things I can never remember. Elijah Wood movies. Oh, he's so good. It's Frank Miller as well, isn't it? This movie. What movie is it? Oh, I nearly had it then. Sin City. Hmm. More lit than I remember, actually. Yeah, so that sort of comes down like this. A bit in. Yeah, I think we'll pick up some details like that later. Maybe not today, but at some point. Which bits of the fingers do I highlight? It's hard. Because everything's working, because my computer's making some weird noises. Excellent condition. I think it's fine. Yeah, that's what I did. Alright, we're back on the random questions. What's your favourite childhood memory? I used to explore a lot. I was left to my own devices and I would explore all. I grew up in Brighton. I was born in London and then I moved to Brighton when I was 5, so I think probably that 5 to 11 time is your most influential, or like, I don't know, I feel like you do a lot in that bit of time, a lot of developing, and I did lots and lots of exploring. I have lots of memories of discovering cool, weird places and meeting people. That's just what all the kids did back then. We didn't have, I mean, like, I had a PlayStation from about 98 or 99 or something, and a Nintendo 64 at some point. But other than that, we didn't have phones or tablets or the internet. I didn't have proper internet until I was about 21. I had dial up when I was in college. Yeah, wow. Today. Yeah, I did a lot of exploring. I mean, I just sort of go out on my own most of the time and then meet people and make friends. And I had a best friend, and he moved around a lot, but I met him on the estate, sort of up the road from mine, where I wasn't supposed to go, but I used to go there anyway all the time. I met him up there, and then he moved quite a few times. He moved around, but all over Brighton, and I used to just go to where he lived, stay there for a few days, and we'd go out adventuring together. Find trees to climb, bushes, just little secret places, just to go and fuck around. Really, used to skateboard as well. Mostly skated along the seafront in Brighton. Once he moved, when you lived up on the estate, I used to skate up there, but I didn't stay around his house that much when he lived up there because I lived just down the road, I suppose. But yeah, we used to climb all the flats, climb all the blocks of flats. They had like perfect climbing blocks sticking out of them. We used to climb them, jump from roof to roof. Pretty horrendous stuff. But what kids do, I suppose. I don't know what kids do now, but I don't know if they're jumping off stuff for fun anymore. Yeah, they probably are. I have lots of memories of that. And then when I moved to Hastings, school was pretty bad for me because I came from, I don't know, probably the difference between primary school and secondary school is the same for everyone. But I didn't know anyone and I was different, and that's not acceptable around here. Can't be different. Yeah, I started school with long hair. It's funny because I shaved it loads before, but I didn't really do that. I'd love to, maybe some kind of defiance. But I did meet my all-time best pal at school, at secondary school. I suppose that's quite a nice memory. I have lots of really nice memories of him, despite the amount of alcohol we consumed. I have lots of nice memories of him. My first memory, the first time I ever met him, was in English class, and he was talking to some chavvy kid in like the row in front of me, and he asked him if he knew what manga was. No, it was behind me actually, and I turned around and I went manga, and we were friends from that moment. And we're still friends today. He teaches me Japanese at the moment. That's what we're doing to stay in touch. Every 2 weeks, we do Japanese lesson. He's been learning ever since we were at school together, but he's been learning properly and actually getting good for the last few years. Good enough to teach me. I mean, we just basically just go over the lessons that he does with his colleagues at work. They do it together. They have someone come in. That's like £1,000 for a block of lessons, and they split it between them or something. And then we go over those lessons together. And my Japanese is improving. But that's a nice memory of meeting him, and we got up to a lot of mischief. We skated all the time, and we used to set fire to a lot of things. We had the anarchists cookbook, and we'd make stuff from that: explosives, thermite, smoke bombs, all that kind of stuff. And there's a local park we used to go to, and it had like an overflow. There was a reservoir and there was an overflow bit. It's all gated up now. You can't get in there, probably because of idiots like us. But we used to go down there and make fires and test out our ridiculous creations. And then, there was another day where his dad sadly died recently. And there was another day when I'm not sure what we were doing. It was like summer, it was nice. We were maybe sitting in the garden or something, and his dad came back. And he was like, "Have you got any hashish?" And I don't think we did. So he brought out some hash, and I think he put the radio or the CD player or something through the window, put on Hendrix, and we all sat in the garden. Me, Caspian, his dad, his mum, and maybe one or two other of our friends. We just smoked hash and listened to Hendrix, and that was nice. But I've got thousand of those memories, and every one of them is precious to me. Every there was a period of time when he went off. We went to different colleges, and then he went off to uni in Bournemouth, so it was quite far away. We didn't see each other often, and every time we did see each other, it felt like my life had just fallen apart. So there was a period of time where every time we'd see each other, I was a mess, and then that stopped happening. And I'm pretty glad. Either I started dealing with it better, or my life started getting less messy. Now we just have a lovely time. And I will get him to do a live stream at some point with me, because he has a fantastically interesting job. Not much he can show of it, but I think he might put together like a little demo. Because he works with movies and TV shows. Obviously, he has like, I don't know, I guess he has NDAs. I mean, he'd certainly get in trouble if he like started showing off work he'd done for like an upcoming movie or TV show. He can't do that, but he will show us some demos of how to use some of these programs. I think Nuke or Maya or both or something like that. He is a 3D. Well, he's a supervisor, I guess. I'm not sure if he's a generalist supervisor. I'm not sure. He was a 3D generalist. He's a supervisor now. He does less of the work, less of the actual art work, and more of the wrangling of humans, which is significantly harder. But he gets paid well, and I'm very proud of him. Because he put in a lot of hard work, and he started on nothing in London with nothing. He had nothing. He was making nowhere near enough to live, and now he is making enough to thrive, and he can do things like take his mum on holiday, and it's bloody lovely. Get this whole leg in, I think. Could sort of do it so it gets thinner down the bottom, maybe. Have it maybe a bit thicker here or something. Still deciding. Don't know what this weird white. It's zooming very strange. It's all blurry. And now it's fine. Doesn't matter. Have some water. I just had two other childhood memories pop into my head. Both Bales. I never fell off my skateboard. Don't know how I managed that. I was just very competent on the skateboard, but there was one time I was bombing down a hill on a bike. I broke really hard at the end and just went flying over the handlebars and just skidded. That sucked. That was a bad one. And then another one was climbing a lamppost. Might be the first and only time I got winded. Climbed to the top of this lamppost and then, I don't know, fell off maybe? I don't really remember. And I landed just flat on my back. And yeah, winded myself for the first time. And I'm not sure if that's the only time I've ever been winded. I don't remember another time. But that was awful. all those times jumping off roofs and stuff. Never hurt myself. You climb one lamppost. Oh, my back was really bad the other night. I needed to do some work, but it was too bad. So I laid down, I watched the Batman. I had already seen the Batman. I just liked it. And I don't usually watch movies like that twice, but we were talking about it during the day, and I just don't know why that just popped into my head. It's a good movie. You could be remembered for one thing, what would it be? Well, art or drumming. I My passion is band poster design, and one day I would love to be able to design a poster for, one of my favorite bands, ideally Mastodon or Coheed. Obviously, Richie Beckett kind of has that world on lockdown. I mean, whoops. I don't think he does much for Coheed. Coheed have loads of great artists, so one day maybe, who knows? That's the goal anyway. I would love to be remembered for the art that I make. So I've got to keep creating art. That is one of the many reasons that I am doing this right now. And yeah, drums as well. What the hell? Why'd you banana in the opposite direction? That's better. It's just me. It's fine. Not sure how to do this eye. How do you do an eye when it's... Should I do like the iris white? Or do I want the iris to be a colour? Oh god. Tell you what, let's chuck a circle in and see what we think. Hey. Oh, right. Is it this one? Nope. I have to click on that. Yeah. Send us to that. Okie dokie. Mm, I'm gonna have to look at some references for some Eldritch stuff because I don't really know what's the sort of what are the best sort of Eldritchy artists. I actually don't know. Ah, we'll keep that just like that there for now anyway. I think I probably want to do some veins maybe. I don't know if I actually want to keep this eye shape how it is. I just put it in there. Probably don't want to keep it that shape, so I won't put any work into it. Let's work on these tendrils a bit more. Yeah, I could be remembered for one thing. It would be art or music. Those are the things that I have the most passion for. These tendrils, I just did like random lines, didn't I? So now we need to sort of shape them a bit once I've filled them in. Yeah, I kind of like that. I like that. Um, questions. What would you like to be remembered for? I think that's quite a personal question, and I think everyone probably has quite a personal and unique answer to that question. So let me know. I don't know what I'm doing here. In case you wondered, I think this is how most art goes. You just sort of do stuff, and then if it looks bad, you change it. Sometimes I have a really clear plan, sometimes I don't. I don't want it to be too branchy or too lightningy, and this is quite branchy, so this will probably get changed. I just don't know what to. I don't know, maybe it's just going to have to be branchy. This looks strange, so let's do something about this bit. Thumb, all of you is going white. You're getting lined. Yeah, let's do all of this as well. And why not? Why not go in there? And all of you, come on. A load more childhood memories come in. Used to play a lot of Tekken and Ocarina with my friend. Yeah, I remember another time. I went and met this kid. I don't think he even spoke English. I mean, I think his one of his parents was Russian and one of them was Chinese. I think I might have even spoke about this on stream before. And his keyboard was Russian and Chinese and not English. I mean, he had a computer, which was wild to me. I don't even think we had a computer in the house at that point. His name was Ruslan. I would love to know what he's up to. But yeah, like how did I even meet that kid? I'm pretty sure he was like a few years younger than me. I probably just met him on the estate, and he was like, "Do you want to come?" I remember we played oh dear, a Dragon Ball Z game on the SNES. I just remember being at his house playing a Dragon Ball Z game on the SNES. I don't remember how I met him or anything. Parents didn't know his parents, nothing like that. I just found him, he found me, and then we played Dragon Ball Z together. I suppose adulthood is a bit like that. Let's not have him do gum fingers, eh? Hey, wait. Let's go back. Let's start doing dot work again. We want to keep this. I need to keep this fresh for myself. My attention span isn't fantastic, especially at the moment. Do we want to do them in here as well? Yes, fine. Let's do that. Hugely visible, but might be at some point. I might not be keeping this blue. Probably do more gradients. In fact, yeah. Whack a gradient on this guy. I actually want the same gradient as that. How do we do this? Color. So if I grab, I'm not. No, I feel like this isn't going to work. Let's do a tester. Hello. No, not that. What's doing that? What was my tester? Where'd it go? What, did I not grab one? Was it that? I think it was that. Okay. Huh? Yeah, so that's doing that. I want to apply the gradient to the whole part of that. So I need to find a way to do that. Whoa, whoa. We grab these. I don't think grouping them is going to help. Can't group objects. Why? We'll find a way later. We'll probably expand and then do something like that. Maybe if I ungroup this now. Oh, it's right. Expand it. Let's expand it. Now let's ungroup it. Oh god, it's still grouped. Let's just hit Control Shift D 1,000 times. And we are ungrouped. Now if I group these, it's still not working. I don't know why. Or I don't know how to fix it. I want to just... Why is that? It doesn't matter. We'll find it out. We'll work it out eventually. Oh my god. Where are we for time? Right. Not too long. My favourite holiday movie. What does that even mean? Not a Christmas movie. I hate Christmas. I don't like Halloween movies either. Wow. I love Halloween, but I don't like Halloween movies. Look, hey, can you look? Cool. Start getting more blubs in. The blub there. The blub there. Where'd that blub go? Where'd that blub go? The only thing it shows one of them. It's weird. Anyway, save it just in case. You never know. I don't know about a favourite holiday movie. What I do know is the Purple Album by Baroness. That's what I listen to around sort of October, November, coming up to Christmas. That's my Christmas album. When it starts getting cold, God, that album just gives me those feelings. Like, I don't have a seasonal movie, but I do have a seasonal album. That is my winter album. What an album it is. I had to leave today before the last band played. I hope they had a good gig. It was Sunday Club, I've done a fair bit of work with the singer Josh. I've done a fair bit of work for him over the years with Sunday Club and his previous band before that as well. Hope they had a good gig. I had to come back to do this. And also, it's quite far away from where I live. And my partner picked me up because I don't have my license yet. I drove back. We sort of want to do it like that. But yeah, I hope they had a good gig. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be? The New Forest. Fuck it. It's the nicest, coolest place I've ever been. There's just animals everywhere. I'd go anywhere where there's animals everywhere. Like, why are you late to work? The bloody load of cows in my way. It's like the dream. Yeah, I'm sure there's lots of other lovely places like that. Somewhere rural and yeah, like an old farmhouse or something that I could convert into something more modern on the inside, and a nice big barn that I could convert into a studio. That would be really, really nice. And yeah, somewhere with a bit of land so I could have my own cows. But yeah, I don't care where. Just somewhere nice and not too hot. Like somewhere nice and cold. Somewhere nice and cold, but where it's like I mean, the UK's fine. It's hot for. It's like too hot for about 2 weeks a year. And for that 2 weeks, I just suffer. Rest of the time, it's fine. Oh, Bryony has put an I in the chat. Agreed. An I it is. Looks quite like that emoji. I don't want it to look like that. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it. I think maybe I'll take some reference from Warhammer. Warhammer eyes, not on their faces, but you know, like Nurgle or whatever, have eyes all over them. I might have a look at some of them because I guess it kind of has to be. Where am I? Well, oh, right, they're the same colour. Silly sausage. I don't know what these random white pixels jumping around are. Don't know if you can see that with the YouTube compression, but yeah, I think they might have like quite a heavy eyelid. I want to make it just look uncomfortable. Be happy with that. Unpleasant. What I want. We've been watching The Gentleman, the series. It's okay. The movie was really good, but my favourite character was Hugh Grant's character. And he is not in it, or at least he's not so far. Although, yeah, the last episode I watched was really good. It was the weed guy. He was funny. He's sweet. Good accent as well. I like his voice. I wonder how he talks in real life. I'll have to watch an interview. It can't be like that. It just can't be. I don't know. Yeah, maybe a bit like that. I'd be surprised if he was super well spoken. I hope he talks a bit like his character. Yeah, so we're gonna do probably quite a lot of dots on this guy. I would like to get quite a lot of detail in, I think, and want to get some sparkly bits around our jellyfish. I want to get this blocked in quite nicely. Not sure exactly how. So it's going to be sort of probably like this. So it'll be like thick bits like this. And then maybe, I don't know, a bit of boob. Maybe an ab or whatever. Little bits just catching the light, like a bit of collarbone or something. But generally, I want it really dark with just the eyes shining. I'm not sure how I'm going to do the eyes. I'm not sure if I'm going to do them like this or what. Need to look at some references. Hey, yeah. So just like that, yeah. We do his inner leg. I think so. Oh dear, back to wonky lines. Probably won't have it going down all the way. Are we for time? Yeah, we're fine for time. We can go another 5 minutes or so. Let's do a question. Are you an introvert or an extrovert? I am an introvert. I don't think anyone's. It's not like black and white, is it? Um, I like to be. I'm quite quiet, and I like my alone time and space. I'm not all jumping around all the time and talking to lots of people, but I like and value friendships, and I like to really let go when I play drums. I like to perform and beat the shit out of some drums. It's like what is one of the greatest things about them. Can let a lot of energy out and really have a lot of fun. So I'm an introvert, but I think probably a lot of people are. I feel quite naturally calm today. Really nice. I've had a load of cocodamol for my back though, so maybe that's helped. Yeah, let's do one more. If you won 10 million tomorrow, what would you spend it on? That farmhouse I spoke of, absolutely. I suppose I'd probably do it for as cheap as possible, and then I'd want to invest as much as possible, so I could create sustainable. Um, you could have a large chunk of money being generated all the time to go to charity. Because if you won 10 million and gave it to charity, it would be you give them 10 million. But if you invested it in a way that meant you could, I don't know, chuck 100 grand to charity every couple of months, that would be much more valuable. I'm not clever enough to know how to do that, so I would obviously hire someone who did. Same with building the house. I would do what I could, but I wouldn't do it all because I can't. It would take me longer, and I would be worse at it than someone who is a professional. But I'd enjoy making the architect plans for it, at the very least. So, yeah, this is where we're at, and I'm gonna stop for now because I need some dinner. And I will see you again next week. Hopefully, I'm more daytimey sort of time, but we'll see. Not sure if I have anything like another gig or whatever. Who knows? Not me. Have a great week. Goodbye.